we are brought up in societies that do not support our self-love or our mental health or anything to do with yourself. Like most of the time we have to focus on taking care of other people, pleasing other people, doing what is right by other people, and that's just how things are. And if you do not like take your own journey and tell yourself that I need to work on myself, I need to love myself, I need to be there for myself, you'll always suffer. You'll always suffer because you'll always be pleasing people all over your whole entire life, and at the end of the day you will never feel fulfilled. And that's why I'm creating this video, because I'm also human and I go through the same thing, and it's a very difficult journey to even decide to embark on. But once you really are in it, you will understand like the best, and you'll come across the best of the versions of yourself that you even didn't know about, and you will come to love yourself more the more you embark on the journey. And hopefully you stay longer to see what we have to discuss about this whole thing. And don't be scared to comment. What will be the essence of self-love if you do not have practices or routines that can actually put you in a position where you get to really know who you are, get to love who you are, accept who you are, and just focus on improving your own self. And mind you, let me tell you this, if you do not know, like the more you work on yourself, the more you get to your self-actualization, the more everything else flows in your place. Like you do not have to use a lot of efforts. And that's something I've also experienced, and I'll share every bit of it slowly by slowly, and hopefully you stay till the end. So the first practice that you start with is self-care. Putting in mind that you have a whole entire being with you. You are actually a soul, you are a spirit, you are a physical being, and you're also a mental being. So this means that you need to take care of all these three dimensions of yourself. And to start with self-care, let's start with the physical one. Obviously you need to take a shower every single day. If possible, do it twice or 3 times. Personally, I shower like 2 or 3 times because I work out, so mostly I'll go to the gym, take a shower, come back home, take a shower. Like it's literally just something that is part of me. And then there's also like other body physical exercises, trying to work out, drinking water, eating healthy. That's part of the physical being. Like buying yourself nice clothes and just showing up looking amazing, being comfortable in your body, that's part of physical. Doing your skincare routine. I personally don't have a skincare routine yet, but hopefully in the meantime I'm still trying to know like what really works for me. So I haven't really gotten to have a skincare routine, but hopefully this coming months I'll start everything like full care of me, because I just have a scrubber and that's all. Then my face oil, that's all I got. Then another thing also, when it comes to your mental health, you need to make sure you consume what is right for your mind. And this means everything around you is consumable. People are consumable, music is consumable, the air you breathe, whatever, anything else. And one thing I also learned is listening to sad music or watching horror movies is actually bad for your mental health. And you might ask me why, but I'll try to explain my level best. Is that human beings, we do have feelings, and our feelings really do matter so much. And our feelings sometimes are deeply rooted in our subconscious. It's not like it's like we literally forget about it. And the more we consume sad things, the more we consume things that scare us, that is how our subconscious feels. So we store that in there and it sticks there forever. So you're just wondering, why is it that I'm so scared? Why is it that I'm always thinking of bad things? It is not a problem. The problem is whatever you are consuming. You are not the problem. Generally, human beings are very beautiful people. We are made to be beautiful souls, and the world just comes in and people forget who they really are, and we start to push after things that are not important. So for your mental health, do the reading, do everything that you need to do the exercise, do anything you need to do for your mental health. And then also for your spiritual health, or just like your spirituality in general, you need to be very close to God. If you're a prayerful person or a religious person, you need to pray so much, you need to fast, you need to do all those things. But if you're not religious, or maybe you practice something else, whatever you do, whether it's meditation, whether it's whatever it is that you think can really work for you, you need to find a way you can ground yourself to be able to just be in a position where things are just flowing in your way. Okay, then after that there is also like, so first of all we'll start with the definition of self-love, and I know you already know, but I just want to explain more. And for me, self-love is being able to like appreciate, accept and understand who you really are, and believing in yourself and being kind to yourself, being able to treat yourself in a very loving, kind, compassionate and just like in a loving manner, which most cases you might not know how to, but I'm so happy to say that there are so many sources. There are so many sources out here. There are so many books on self-love. There are so many videos online on all platforms about getting to know yourself, getting to love yourself, and you shouldn't be scared. And I'm just here to be part of this journey with you, and hopefully we get to where we are going. So for me, self-love has been a tough thing, and I don't really remember when I was young if I ever loved myself. I don't remember. I can't even remember, because the life I had at that time was busy life, full of chaos, full of drama. Like there was no time for myself, you know. So you are just running and chasing after things. And I think the moment I started to focus on improving myself, growing myself, is when I started to again get to a point where I start to love myself even more and more. And I'm just here to tell you the practices that someone can try, at least to get to a point where they literally love their own self. And let me tell you one thing also, this thing is a journey. It's a journey, and it takes time, and we all having that journey, and sometimes others are ahead and others are behind. So just be kind to people, spread that grace, just be nice. Like you do not need to be shouting, you don't need to be selfish. It's not going to help you. And then also another thing I also have to tell you is that self-love is not being selfish. It is actually a positive kind of selfish. Like you get to be selfish, but now positively, in a manner that you do not affect other people and you actually make yourself better. Yeah, so hopefully we have to dig into this whole thing, and hopefully you watch till the end. And I'm just going to say the practices that we need in order for us to like focus on ourselves, and I'll tell you the ones I do, and you also share with me the ones you try at your level best. One is positive self-talk. Positive self-talk is very, very important. And you can do this through affirmations, or maybe being around people who talk to you in a positive way, because the more you are around energy vampires, the more your whole life is deteriorating, and with the time you'll find it hard to get to a point where you can actually climb or work on yourself, or just work on your finances, or whatever it is you want to work on. It's so hard when you have people around you who have negative talking, and they literally tell you all the bad stuff about you, or maybe they just try to tell you whatever you want to do is unachievable. So make sure you do run away from such people. So that's also part of you taking care of the things that you consume, you know. That's very important. Then the third one is setting boundaries. Find a way you can set your boundaries and say no to the things that you do not want to. This doesn't mean that you'll have to hate on people or tell them, you know what, I'm setting boundaries, I don't want to talk to you people, I'm cutting you off. No. You just need to find a way to associate with people in a way that is also accommodating to yourself. Not in a manner that you are like almost losing yourself because you're committing so much on friendships, relationships, family or whatever. But you need to figure out how you're going to find a balance in taking care of yourself, having your own space, and also associating with other people, because relationships are still important, and those are the things that actually keep us going in life, because we are just social humans, and it's very important to have friends and anyone else that you want to have in your life. It's very important, but you just need to know when to say no and when to say yes. And saying no is very essential, because for me, I really suffered. I was always pleasing people. I was always like, you want that? Okay, let me do it for you. I was always that person, and I really suffered a bunch, and I wouldn't want someone to go through the same thing. That's why I'm creating this video, to just let you know that you need to do something about it. You need to take care of yourself, and you need to put in yourself in a position where you are able to receive the abundance of life, because if you don't put yourself in that position, you'll always follow the wind, and at the end of it all, you'll regret, because your life is going to be very messed up. And I don't want to see somebody going through that, and I don't want to see myself going through that. And that's why I'm recording this video, as a reminder to myself and as a reminder to everyone. And I just feel like this is so beautiful, because I'm able to do the things that I love doing. And then number 4, we need to learn how to practice gratitude. Find yourself a diary or a journal. Start writing every single day. Write about how you feel about the day. Write about the things you have, because for me, I always wake up and then I write about the things I'm grateful for. And it doesn't have to be different things every single day. If you feel like it's the same thing that makes you happy, stick to that. And for me, I write on things like, at least I have a place to stay. I'm so grateful. I have clothes. I have food. I have a little money that can make me going. I need to always remember that, because the importance of grace is being grateful is the more grateful you are, the more things come to you, and the more you get to enjoy the moments that you have in life, and things just become easier for you. Because in the middle of this crazy running life, we cannot be running after it. Sometimes it's so difficult to run after trends and to run after what is happening, in as much as being updated is important. But if you forget to update your own self, you might not be able to update anything else. So every single day you need to find time to write down what you like. Be grateful for something, even if it's someone in your life, even if it's a bed you just have, or maybe even if it's some cat. Some people are cat moms, so anything that you have, just write down, know what, I'm grateful for my cat. I'm so grateful to have a place to live. I'm so grateful that at least I have a job. And those are the most detailed small things that people forget, and it's very, very essential. And the more you do so, the more you get to live in the moment, and the more you get to see opportunities to even become a better person. And telling you this because I've practiced this from the beginning of this year, and let me tell you, it has done a lot of work to me. And I just feel like a very different human right now. And as I'm speaking, I just feel like I am so enlightened. I just feel very, very different from the person I was a year ago. And this is very, very amazing. What do you think? And then at number 5 is solitude. This is the best thing that I like talking about, because I'm a very talkative person. I talk so much sometimes, and I feel like sometimes I talk even beyond. But if there's one thing that I will die for, is spending time alone. Like, I like spending time alone. And mostly this is the reason why I literally come up with ideas of what to talk about and what to do next, or what do I want in my life, because the world is full of noise, and sometimes you just need time alone to just figure out what it is that you really want. And you can actually go spend time in nature. That's even more helpful. It helps you to become more mindful, more like in the present moment, and just get to understand who you are, understanding the whole world, understanding people around you. And this will give you a very big insight of what exactly you're good at and the things that you do not want. Because for me, I think spending time alone is the thing that made me to think about starting a YouTube channel. Even though my first idea was to start a business, and then the whole thing is that I'm very busy, and I will want a business that I'm running 24/7 on my own, because if it's a new business. And so I opted for something that I will keep looking at the progress while I do other things. So I opted for content creation, even though I had an idea of doing it in 2019, but I wasn't really ready. Sometimes you have to wait until you're ready, because it's not always that you're ready and on toes and fighting. Sometimes you just need to slow down and let things be their own timings. Because for me, starting a YouTube channel was the best thing that I could ever do for myself and to do for anyone else, because it's just like a place for me to express how I feel, to express the things that I believe in, and it's just amazing for me. And I just like the way people support me, and the way people just come and comment, and hopefully you comment on this too. And it's so amazing that you guys are actually following up, and this is a great journey, and I assure you that it's gonna blow up it's gonna blow up with that. Whatever happens, it's gonna blow up. And I have complete faith in this whole journey, and hopefully we get better and better. Next, we have decluttering. You need to learn how to declutter, whether it's people, whether it's things, whether it's whatever it is. For me, I used to keep a lot of stuff, like even if it's my clothes from when I was a young baby, everything like that. Memories are good, but sometimes it's quite of baggaged energy. You need something fresh, so you need to find a way to declutter some of the clothes that you don't need, the utensils, anything. Give out to people, like give away, like it's better that way. And then also people, declutter people as well. If you feel like people have already served their purpose in your life, or maybe they have completely ruined something that you do not like want to play with, and we're talking about boundaries. So some things you just don't need people to come and play with. For example, when somebody tries to joke about your physical appearance, those are the kinds of people you shouldn't keep around in your life. Or people who joke about serious things, like, let's say for me, I just started a YouTube channel, then somebody comes and tells me, oh, you know what, you'll not even make it. Those are the people I cannot even wait for a second. I will be blocking them the minute they speak. So you need to figure out which people are these that do not wish me well, do not really build me. So make sure you declutter them as soon as possible, because if you don't, you will keep going in circles, not being able to make it, just because of one single person who could have get rid of them long time ago. So for me, I was always that person who kept baggages of people, even if I didn't want them. But I think this year it's just like a different year. Like my contact list was at like 1,500 people, and now it just dropped to 300, and that's so beautiful. And I was just like 2 days ago asking myself, like, why did I have such like a long contact list? Why did I need all these people for? And I just realized I was always a people pleaser, and I was always nice to people. The universe does not recognize being nice, and I was very nice to people. And I was just like, oh, I don't want to make them feel bad. I don't want to be the bad friend. I want to be nice to these people. I want them to like me. Oh, I don't want to be liked anymore. I already like myself. And if you have to like me, you need to like me at my own terms. And that's very good for me, because I have suffered so much running after emotionally unavailable people, friends, whatever. I just feel like that was a lot. And I wouldn't want someone to go through the same thing. I want to tell you about this whole thing. And I feel like getting to love yourself and changing the things you do not like is a personal decision. And even if you see this video and you're not ready, just wait until the day you are ready. And I hope this video is going to be very helpful when you're ready. So just make sure you try as much to declutter every single thing, person, whatever. Declutter them. You don't need them. They will destroy your future. And your future is the most precious thing that you will ever have, and you cannot have a future without your present. So your present will determine that. So you need to work so much on it and make sure it's going to really be everything that you really need. Because imagine waking up 5 years later, living the same life, wearing the same clothes, and people of your, like, the people for example, they will be there just having a different life. That will be very painful, and I just don't want that for me. I just don't want that for me. And if you're comfortable with that, then well, that's good for you. For me, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't even think about that. I wouldn't even tell myself that. Like, I just want to be a different, better, higher person. Like, I just don't want to be living the same life even 6 months or 3 months from now. I just want to be growing every single day. Like, I do not want to be behind. I just cannot. I cannot hold that, because it's just in me. I'm just that person who is usually very, very creative, very ambitious, and very like putting myself in a position where I can actually get something or grow in a way. So I cannot imagine that as much as I work on myself, and then like 3 months later I'm the same person. Okay, that's quite impossible, because I work on myself on a general term, not just one thing. So that's quite impossible for me to be the same person, because I'm just a person who embraces a lot of change. And I just want anyone I know to feel the same way, or anyone watching this video to feel the same way, and just start to grow yourself, get to understand who you are, do the thing you like doing, just be happy, very happy. And lastly, you need to forgive yourself. You need to practice forgiveness, and you need to make sure you forgive yourself to a point where you do not think about the things you did as like you like try to blame yourself. You need to tell yourself, yes, I did this thing, it happened, but that is a lesson and I cannot repeat again, instead of like beating yourself up and trying to say like, I'm a foolish person, I'm a crazy person, I'm a person who doesn't even know what they want. The more, and I can like talk about this thing the whole day, the more you keep blaming yourself, the more things get worse, and whatever you put attention to becomes a reality. So make sure you tell yourself good things, forgive yourself, and just enjoy the moment. Just enjoy the moment. And actually, in the same thing, I will actually urge you to practice mindfulness. Do anything. If you're a yoga person, exercise person, journaling person, whatever person you are, just do it. Practice being mindful, because it's very important for you. It will save your mind. It will save your mental hygiene, it will save your mental health. And most cases, the more you practice mindfulness, the more present you become. You try to learn to live in the present life, because let me tell you, I lived my whole life being too anxious because I was always thinking about the future, and I also was very depressed, and I was always thinking about the past, and I was like, that was bad, why did it happen to me? But at the end of the day, we cannot keep waiting and blaming. We need to do something, and most cases you need to really take care of yourself. You really need to do so, because it's very necessary. And thank you so much, beautiful people, for watching till the end, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.